Big Ray Hernandez, Jamie the Vet Williams. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review. Presented by Hameen Media Group and ChannelAttitude.com. And we are NXT!
What's your name, fella?
Triple H.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Tell me when I'm telling lies!
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review, and my God, by God, as great JR will once say, without slurring, we have a ton of show for you today. Like a lot of stuff, like legit. Like I'm telling you, like we have the news. We go back in time. I mean, we should. Oh, yes, not enough time. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am the reporter of the people, the man with the plan. No, I am the pundit of the people. Shit. I am the pundit of the people, the man with the plan. Big Ray here to stay. To talk
Wait,
some,
are you sure you're Big Ray? Oh, by the way, I'm the vet, Jamie Williams. Vet. All right. Are you sure you're not Gay Hernandez?
Why would you say gay?
Oh, you don't know about this?
No.
Oh.
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
Gay!
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, what's happening?
Well, on the latest episode of Keeping It 100 with Conan, they discussed somebody leaving them in Apple, iTunes, who knows what it's called now. I don't use that stuff. That's more of a you thing, but they were talking about someone leaving a negative review claiming to be from the Hameen Media Group, and apparently they just buried Disco, buried Conan, buried Joe Feeney.
I don't even listen to the show.
You haven't what? Apparently not, because they were talking about you.
Me?
Were discussed. Yes. Joe
For
Feeney
what?
cleared your name and said that Ben Hameen said that I don't have anybody named Gary Hernandez. It's actually I have a Ray Hernandez.
So Joe,
somebody stole your account, like your identity, claimed they're from Hameen Media Group, called themselves Gay Hernandez, and then which Conan was high and thought it said Gary, but it actually, when he went back and looked at it,
so it said, did it say Big Gay Hernandez?
That part I don't know, because again, Conan was in Iran, so I'm not sure if he saw if there was a big part there, and his memory could be faulty, but. Yes, this was the topic of some discussion on this week's episode. So obviously you're going to have to check into that.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't.
So I just want to make sure this is really you here doing the show and not some imposter that is going to sabotage it. And we're not going to have any of the right news and none of the reviews and no 3 count, no time machine. I just want to make sure this is the Big Ray Hernandez from Hameen Media Group, not Gary Hernandez, not Gay Hernandez.
Well, first, I don't know who Gary is. That's number one. Number two,
well, there's only one Gary.
So here's the deal. I don't really listen to Keeping It 100 as Gary. You can't, hold on. Yeet. You can't. So here's the deal. I have so much that I do, so much that I listen to that. Not that I don't listen to Keeping It 100, but like they're not like my part of my regular podcast run. Does that make sense? Because I'll listen back to the stuff that our boys do first, and not just because they're our family and stuff, but it is what it is. And then, I got my boys at the Wrestling for Life Network, and then I have the PWC Network, which is part of our. There's so much content. It's just for $5 here at ChannelAttitude.com, ladies and gentlemen. You can get all that content. But so who vindicated me? Who said that? Like, what did he say that? I know this guy. I'm a nice guy. Which one was it?
Well, apparently Conan reached out to Ben, and Ben said, "I have a Ray Hernandez." And then Joe Feeney was like, "I mean, I don't know Ray Hernandez, but I know Ray Hernandez."
Right. Okay, cool.
So now, yeah, you don't have to defend yourself for not listening to the show, but it just was funny that somebody left a review of their show.
That's hilarious.
And decided to, for some reason, you like as if you need to steal another identity to use it to do a negative review.
It could have been it could have been anyone. Why couldn't they do the gay vet?
I don't know. I'm not over enough to steal.
Oh, stop it! You're definitely over. Would you stop? Man, I feel terrible. But I'm glad. Somebody. I don't know what to tell you, bro. He just threw me off all fucking day. I usually, the whole time I'm doing the whole,
I don't have time for that.
The vet. Oh, we always have time. He's a Rip Rogers guy.
Cut it.
The vet.
Somebody cut his music.
Rip Rogers guy. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The vet, Jamie Williams.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, okay.
It's been me for like 5 minutes.
Anyway.
So yeah, acknowledgements.
Oh yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna speed this along as much as. Am I me? I don't know.
You're you. You're the pundit of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay, to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling. We've already done all this. What are we talking about? Come on.
Oh, okay. So on that note,
acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
All right, as we usually do, every single week we kick it off with our brother in heaven. Who got the gabagool over here? How you doing, Media M5 up in heaven? God bless you, my friend. What's going on? We kick it off with the sexiest in all of.
Well, right off the bat, we're just getting kicked off. Well, that means Scott Woodford's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. It can only mean one thing. You're still Ray,
I just
right?
don't like the part that I can't breathe on the other side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, people like to breathe.
We have the windiest of all Chris's, ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. Chuckles himself. We have Chris Winland. He says, all of a sudden, Ricochet was the hottest thing on the internet. Fickle. Yes, boy. I agree with you, my friend. And we will actually be discussing that later on.
Yes, boy!
On the 3 count, ladies and gentlemen, we have the biggest ass in all of HMG. We have Frank's Pickle Barrel ass. He is here. And speaking of our brother up in heaven, he comes to visit us, ladies and gentlemen, only once a week here at the Next Level Wrestling Review. It is our brother in heaven, the ghost of MV Hitman. Hello, my friends. Have a great day on earth. Gabagool, yes. I wonder if in heaven how good the Gabagool is. Is it the best Gabagool possible?
Or is it just tied with everything else for being the best?
Right? Like everything is the best. Like even the bad stuff. Like what don't you like to eat, Vet? Do you like broccoli? I like broccoli. Broccoli's pretty.
It's nobody's favorite, but it's fine.
But it's the best broccoli ever.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Okay. Heaven's broccoli, yeah.
Well, listen, Vet, a lot of people getting their colds now, and a lot of people getting their COVIDs and all this other stuff, but you're going to get your J12 shot, so he's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. J12. Hello to the Vet and Big Day.
That's yet a third persona.
What is happening
Look out
here?
for now.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have, let me just say, of course, we have the heart and soul of all of HMG, the artist farm. Why am I not speaking well? The artist farm, formerly known as Gammy Wolfers.
Yowie wowie!
Ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 142-16, ladies and gentlemen, he is the all Asiatic champion, the one, the only, dancing, Heffen, slashing Dan Heffen.
He just won the Oriental Pacific Boxing Federation title.
The WBO, the
Light heavyweight
Wisconsin Boxing Office Championship. What? Oh, yeah, we got lovely Elizabeth here. Yeah. Elizabeth's in the house. What's going on, my dear friend? All right, who else we got? We got Cole XX. Bloodhead. XX. You know, Ben stole that gimmick. He does the whole singing too.
Oh,
nobody can announce this man's name without doing the singing now. Even Jimmy does it. He's like, yeah, Yeah. Anyway, we have the master and the ruler of the world. Zane Vicious is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The one and the only Zane Vicious is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, he is doing Illuminati things. The sexiest beard in all of HMG. Yes, sexier than Ben, sexier than Strangler Steve King. It is the one and the only, the mighty Bobo. Illuminati. Illuminati. Now coming up to bat. He's batting 416. Whatever the hell that means. He's got 2 home runs, which leads the major leagues. 46
hitter, obviously.
46 stolen bases in 2 games. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Al Robinson. The great Al Robinson. First base. Oh, I should do the Bob Shepard voice next time. Eric Jeter, number 2. Jeter. Anyway, what else we got here, ladies and gentlemen? All the way from the great north, I guess you call him. I don't know what the hell you call him. Flying over right now. Where is he right now? He is, looks like Montreal, Quebec. Ladies and gentlemen, is the Canadian spaceman. Canada spaceman is here. Just doing Canadian stuff. Drinking maple-flavored stuff and eating maple-flavored stuff. And that's all they do in Canada. Everything. Anyway. Hey! Hey, is that pizza out the oven yet? We got some more gabagool over here. Kevin Marty. What's going on, Kev? Hold on. And the music plays again. Ladies and gentlemen, what are they testing on Lab Rat today, Vet?
Fresh out of the oven pizza.
I want some pizza now, ladies and gentlemen. I want some.
Too hot for pizza.
I have air conditioning.
Ice pizza.
There's air conditioning in the Apex back here.
Oh, all right then. Guess that's all right.
Only the best
Was it
pizza.
Like $14 a slice. The cafeteria in there.
Something like that, brother. Oh, now I know who it was. You know what? Stop the fucking music. I can't stop the. Here it is. I know. I solved it. I know who the fuck was the cuck to make everything run amok. Billy Ray Valentine. Not the biggest fan of Conan. I've heard him speaking disparagingly of the Disco Inferno, saying that his whole run was
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
Gay!
It makes all the fucking sense in the world. And then they can't find him.
I believe in Billy Ray's innocence.
But they can't find him. He doesn't use normal computers like us that have, identification numbers and shit. He uses the space shit, this, the shit that you can see into other dimensions and stuff. It's terrible. Get a life, Billy Ray.
Well,
Valentine.
he would never. Billy Ray would never do anything to hurt HMG on purpose.
Not me, right? Just HMG.
Well, you're less important because they were, despite the fact that they made fun of your name, they claim to be from Hami Media Group, which is the problem.
That shit pissed me off. That's the one I don't like. But anyway, forget about that. And by the way, it is my anniversary today, so you guys can give me a. Actually, don't applause. All right, cut it. Enough. Don't applause. Stop it. Stop it. Huh?
I said I'm surprised you didn't make a dentist appointment.
You dick. You fucking penis. How dare you?
She can hold your hand in the chair and make sure they don't put anything else in your mouth that doesn't belong there.
Funny that you mentioned that. Because I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. You son of a bitch. Anywho, it's my anniversary. So everybody shout out to my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful wife, Jennifer, who just fucking deals with me. And speaking of wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, all the way we bid her a guten tag. It's been a while. It is our friend Alexa.
Yay.
1984. And right now, if you have an Alexa, don't say her name out loud because everything in your house will turn on at one time. So just be careful with that. What's going on, Alexa? It's been such a long time. Hi, Frank, she says. All right, what else we got here? I think we might be done. Let me just... No! We have a man that is magnanimous. A man that is effervescent. a man that is absolutely glorious. He is now only part of the PW Hustle Network and the Hami Media Network, but now he's on the fucking PWC Network all the time. It is a glorious Professor Taubelo Vera Cruz.
Man, I haven't done a show with the professor since Sunday.
Yeah, when you guys become all fucking besties and shit?
When were we not?
That's a good question, but
Yeet.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that might be it. Let me just scroll.
One
Oh
more
no,
person
finally.
got in the limbo bar is like almost to the ground, and
The very end, ladies and gentlemen. He is your father's brother's sister's cousin's former roommate.
What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing, which is what you will be, Lone Star and Big Gay Hernandez. It is the Dark Side Caster. Go ahead, Vet. Say what you are going to say, Vet.
slow preview of
Dark
a lot of
Caster.
darkness on the episode.
Dark Side Caster. He's very dark. Yeah. Let me just take down this let me just hide this comment here. Because you know it's time for the 3 count. This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet. Oh, yeah. It is a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. So much to talk about here. A lot of news going on. We got big gays invading talk shows. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys didn't see this, well, I don't know where the hell you've been. You've been living under a rock. But apparently, veteran, prior to this week's NXT, who would have thought Sexy Red gets into a fucking scuffle at the airport, according to TMZ.com. As you can see here, if you guys are watching on channelattitude.com, there goes. Is that the now? I'm trying to find where is the sexy one. Is that her with the green jacket?
No, it's her with the.
That's her
with the pylon.
Oh wow, that is incredibly dangerous. So she
But
loses her footing there. What's up?
The question is, who are these other like 50 dudes?
Well, they're part of another crew, Sexy Blue.
Oh,
right.
Well, the phrasing that with which you just said that made it sound like something else.
Well, that guy right there is not tough.
Okay.
You could tell.
All right. So do we have any like actual what do we call it? Any details on this incident or
nope. That's it.
We just have a video? Okay.
She's just the
Well then
I don't have any details.
All that's left for us to realize is that Sexy Red will have your back when the shit goes down, apparently. That's all I've got, because I don't know anything else about this.
Listen, no matter what happened, you know, the fact that she picked up a pylon. Now, pylons are they're not light, Vet.
They're designed to not be knocked over.
Them things are heavy. And she had that thing. She was ready to swing it like a fucking like a Louisville Slugger. So good for her. Now, my question to you is, Vet, how do you think this how do you think WWE would go back to use her again? Do you think they care? Does it matter?
To me, this is just proving more and more that she belongs in the wrestling business.
She's over, right?
What wrestler hasn't gotten into an airport altercation?
None.
Did Matt Riddle just...
Yeah, but his was like, they touched my penis.
I'm just saying, like, you got to start something at the airport or finish something or be in the middle of something. Then you're a wrestler. You made it, kid.
Well, good for her, man. I mean, you know, whatever. So let's talk about this whole Ricochet thing, man. And you know, you spoke about this with Jimmy T on The Wreckage this past week,
and the professor,
and the professor, yes. And you know, I hear what you're saying, Vet, that you thought like you had high hopes for more or less high hopes for Ricochet, and you thought that he was like I liked your conversation. What?
had a vision.
You had a vision. The only thing is that I don't know if Ricochet had the same vision.
I guess not.
You know, and here's the truth. This is my opinion, and let me just spin this around real quick. I just gotta fix this. Here's the fucking truth about Ricochet. I don't give a shit about Ricochet, and it's not his fault. The guy is a black hole of charisma, in my humble opinion. He's not entertaining except when he's in between the ropes, and then when he's in between the ropes, the WWE style forbids him or holds him back from doing probably 90, well, now let's say maybe 70% of what he can do. Now he is 35. You guys were talking about this, right, Vet? And technically that is the prime of his wrestling career. He's probably got another 5 years at the top of his game, you know, maybe even longer, you know, depending. Like, look at AJ Styles, he can still really fucking go. But I don't know if this is gonna. All right, let me just put it this way, and I want to hear your thoughts. I don't know if he's really going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're saying, oh, they had plans for him, and they changed it up, and they gave it to somebody else, whatever. I have a feeling this is all part of a fucking storyline, and if he goes, he goes. Good for him, whatever, I guess. But I mean, fucking. He'll be NXT champion. I'm TNA champion next week. You don't think? He has a 90-day no complete clause. I gotta mute myself. I gotta fix this. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's like an elaborate angle. I think he just doesn't want to be there. I think he's already seen where
Like Kurt?
his ceiling is, as far as they think.
Right.
Or he just doesn't want to wait around for his turn, because they got a lot of guys that they can move into those, they can rotate into those top spots, you know? Like you got a guy like LA Knight's sitting on the sideline waiting for his turn to come back up. And you got, you know, CM Punk is going to have to, you know, when he comes back, he's going to be in that mix too. But then if he gets a run at whatever champion, if he doesn't win, then he's going to have to go figure out what he's going to do for the next, you know, 3 to 6 months before it's his turn again. And it's a good problem to have, that they got a lot of guys that they can work into that top spot. They're even, you know, even the main event, Jey Uso to a degree. Like, who would have ever thought one of the Usos would be like a main event contender, you know, person? I certainly would have thought Ricochet would have been there before Jey Uso. But it just is what it is, and it works out the way it works out. So Ricochet could have gotten another turn perhaps, and maybe he just didn't want to wait until that turn. Maybe he thought, apparently everybody in AEW can do whatever the hell they want, so that'd be a good way to finish it up. You know, like maybe I can jump off a cage and break my leg too. You know, whatever he wants to do.
Right.
You know, that's up to him, and he's already made his money. So at this point, it's just about having fun and still making money. So
that's Sonic the Hedge Rat? Where's he been?
That is Sonic the Hedge Rat.
Wow, what's up, Sonic? And Paul, aka the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeet! So yeah, that, you know, the way you put it that way, and the kid, you know, the guy's gonna make money. The best part of the whole gimmick was when Braun Breaker destroyed him. And did you see what they did? How they updated his Wikipedia page? You didn't see his Wikipedia? I'm not gonna put it up here, but basically, they updated it and they said that he passed away, like as a rib. You know, that he passed away. It was very, very funny the way they did it. It was actually really good. But look, man, it is what it is with him. Good for him. I mean, he's gonna make money. The best part was watching his wife running after him. That was awesome. Like she was like all over the place, if you know what I mean. You know, nothing wrong with that, brother. That was wonderful.
Bottom heavy.
She's very bottom heavy. Very delightful, I gotta say. Anywho, but neither here nor there. So there's some breaking news coming out of Noah. Now you know all this Japanese karate wrestling from Korea. It says, I'm going to read the Twitter the gimmick here. It says,
it's actually Chinese karate wrestling, right?
Chinese. That's why. Didn't I say?
Are
that?
you sure you're Ray Hernandez?
I'm not Big A Hernandez.
Okay. All right. What's the news?
It says breaking a major announcement. This is from Noah's actual Twitter handle. Breaking, hashtag breaking. They hashtagged it. A major announcement from Noah and WWE will be made at our Yokohama Buntai event on Sunday. It says a message from a certain wrestler also be released. They really wrote it like that. They wrote it with the Japanese the fuck, like my mustache
sounds
is falling into my
translated.
mouth. It says a message from certain wrestler will also be released. I guess that makes it. So
they just Google translated whatever they wrote.
So what do you think, Vet? What do you think? You think it's a possibility that they're gonna be working together? What's happening here?
They already did work together. Remember when
like for real,
quarter catch guy went over and worked that show for them?
Oh, I wonder if they're gonna become NXT Japan. I don't know any of this. I'm just throwing it out there. No.
Why do people keep thinking that?
Oh.
Never mind. So that's it.
Pro Wrestling Noah. That's all we got.
Really? That's all no other news.
I don't know. It says update on Sexy Red's future with WWE following the arrest. Let's see what it says
the
here.
The update is they don't know.
It says NXT, but okay. All right, so here we go. The outlet reported, I've skipped the whole, bullshit. This is all for WrestleStink.com. It says the outlet reported, talking about TMZ, as of Sunday night following Battleground appearances for Red on NXT were planned in the future. The arrest did reportedly come as a surprise to WWE officials. Okay. I don't know why that would be. But anywho, it says, according to Fightful, maybe you heard of them, they were unaware of anything taking place before so they didn't know about it. It says now here, it says, according to TMZ, which provided surveillance video of the incident, Red was arrested at Liberty International Airport for a minor offense. So picking up a pylon and trying to hit somebody with it is not fucking assault or like attempted murder. Okay, but the video shows she appears to be part of a huge brawl at the airport. The outlet reported it doesn't appear Red made any contact with anyone during the fight, except falling on somebody. And it says someone pulled her away, blah, 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 but there's nothing here. No fucking update. This is why I don't like clicking on fucking certain things. Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Yeah, I guess
it's a good chance he may be the guy that's crossing over and not Moose. How do you feel about that?
That's fine too. I don't need Moose to come over here and do a job to somebody.
I believe in Joe Hendry, bro. I think Joe Hendry would be fun to bring over, but neither here nor there. Do you have any news, Bet?
No.
Because there's really nothing popping off. Chat, if there's anything that pops up, maybe you could throw it in the chat. Give another shout out to you guys. And I think we're going to just speed this along here because we have so much going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we just do this? Let me just. Okay. Did you gas up the time machine?
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you.
Whenever Professor gives, you worked with Professor last, so I'm sure he,
Well, he all the professor did was he confirmed that the time machine does not go forward.
Shit.
It only goes backward, which creates a paradox in of itself, because if it only goes backward, then how do we get back home?
Sorry about that, Bet. Well, that's the problem. If it's not properly gassed up, then we may not be able to get back home. But it doesn't matter. Do we really want to be in 2024, ladies and gentlemen? Probably not. So why don't we take a trip back in time?
As Gam points out, I saw this too. Jerry West, I guess, if you want to say anything about Jerry West.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So breaking news. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that didn't know, the logo Laker, I don't even think legend is a big enough term. Like people throw around that term so loosely. Jerry West, the man, the myth, the legend, has passed away today, man. He had one hell of a run. How old was Jerry West? Let me just see something here.
He had to be 80 something.
Well, I mean, Vet, you may not be an NBA fan right now, but let me see here.
Yeah, but back when Jerry was still playing, yes, I was a huge
So what is it? 1938 to 1924. How old was this gentleman? 86. He had a good one hell of a run, brother. One hell of a run. Jerome, that's his real name, Jerome Allen West. Huh, interesting. He spent most of his, if not his whole career with the Lakers, and he had a huge part in putting together that Laker team that had Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who else am I thinking? James Worthy, the Showtime Lakers. If you guys, incredible, man, incredible.
So
NBA
good.
crew.
Red Hot Chili Peppers wrote a song about him called Magic Johnson.
They did. So now I'm going to ask you something. With the passing of Jerry West, there's always been a conversation with people in sports and people that love the NBA. They always felt that the logo should have been updated many, many years ago. Many people think that maybe perhaps Michael Jordan, his iconic dunk or whatever should be the new logo of the NBA. Do you think they would ever change that logo?
Do I think they will? Well, because everything in the world sucks now. Yes, I think they would, but should they? No.
You think it should
Probably
always
no reason to it? Yeah.
remain? How good was Jerry West actually? You ever got to see some of his games, like old?
No, just highlights.
He's really good.
Well, of course.
Like Jerry West.
He was a point guard, right?
Yes, he was a guard. Yes. Fucking great. He was really good. Yo, did you see that video of Greg Popovich balling at the age of like 80 something? Hold on one second before we go. So you're gonna end. Hold on. Where the fuck is this shit? This dude was caught in a gym this recently. Here it is. I got to show this to you because I actually wanted to show you this shit. It's fucking crazy. Where is it? Here it is. Hopefully there's no fucking
Greg Popovich.
Old man Greg Popovich. Here we go. Watch. Of course. What? No sound?
In and out, I'm taking to the basket, bucket.
Hold on.
Y'all see Coach Greg Popovich out there hooping? Bucket at 75 years old. In and out, I'm taking him to the basket, bucket. Whoa. We're talking about 5-time NBA champion.
Well, this is like some kind of a deep fake or something.
5-time
No, it's not.
NBA
It's
champion,
him.
3-time coach of the year, don't reach. Led the 2020 Olympic team to a gold medal. All the days he's been in the gym, that's too much space. No.
Look at him.
And we're
That's
playing
not
full
actually
court. This ain't no half-court basketball. Think about all the days he was in the gym with Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan. I see you cutting to the basket, dime.
Yo.
Greg Popovich is hooping. Did y'all see Coach
Greg Popovich at the age of 76. Did you see that fadeaway floating hook shot, whatever the fuck it was? Wow. I wonder if Jerry
It's like
West is
AI.
playing basketball.
It's an AI or something.
It's not. I don't think it's AI, bro. You think it's AI? Anyway, let's go back to a time where there was no AI, Vet. Where everything, when you saw something, you said, you know what, that is real. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go back to this day in professional. Of course, the wrong fucking song. I'm doing this more and more, Vet. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but neither here nor there. Let's go back.
That's how we know you're the real Ray Hernandez.
Shut up. To this day in professional wrestling history.
Will you stop?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going way back in time. It is now June 12th, 1980 something. Who knows? We're going to check it out. Let's see. June 12th, 1980 something. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we go back to the final of the tournament to crown the very first. Oh, Vet, you're gonna get a Woody for this one. The very first IWGP Heavyweight Champion, held in Tokyo, Japan. Vet, who was the first ever IWGP Heavyweight Champion? Go.
Well, it'd be crazy if it wasn't Antonio Inoki, right?
It was not. Yes, it was.
Oh.
It was New Japan Pro Wrestling founder Antonio Inoki defeating. Do you remember who he defeated?
No, I don't know who was wrestling in 1974 in New Japan, really, other than Antonio Inoki.
The great Tiger Chung Lee. No, I made that up. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. First of all, you said the great, which was a giveaway.
Tiger Chung Lee was an awesome fucking enhancement talent in the WWE. Got my shirt. Masa Saito.
Saito.
That's why I said Saito.
The man of the suplex.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you see somebody do that suplex and they say Saito suplex, they're talking about this.
Oh, word? That was him?
You know who that is, right, Ray? I know you know who that is. He's the guy. Okay, so you remember when Mr. Fuji was tag teaming with Toru Tanaka?
Yeah. Great Tiger Chung Lee.
No. And then remember, I'm talking about WWF now.
Oh.
And then you remember it was Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito. And he had that beard and that kind of like afro. You remember that short, like thick guy?
Mm-hmm.
Remember him? That's him.
Well, Billy Ray Valentine's, he claims that Hulk Hogan was the first IWGP champion. And then Jimmy T just jumps in and says, Saito Ray, FFSLOL. That's how you pronounce it. Are you making fun of me, Jimmy? Is he making fun of the way I talk? Yeah. But is it true that Billy Ray is absolutely gay and that Hulk Hogan was not the IWGP champion first ever? I know he was, but not the first.
Well, I mean, doesn't this thing say it was, or is this a turn to crown a new champ or the first champ?
First ever.
And what year was it?
1987.
So they existed for 13 years before they had a champion?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I don't know. Or maybe it was a different belt. Who knows? Maybe it was the Western States Heritage Japanese Championship.
Right. Or that international
Western
big gold.
Western Prefecture Heritage.
He held it for 325 days.
Yeah, he didn't lose much.
Yeah, the only time he would ever hold the title, bet. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway. All right, let's fast forward to 1991. WCW Clash of Champions. What is X7? I don't know my what is that? 14?
X7?
15. Yeah. Because that's what they did the Roman numeral gimmick.
Yeah. X is 10, a V is 5, a 1
so
is 1.
15. Okay, that's fine. So that's all right. Clash of Champions 15 took place at the Civic Auditorium in Knoxville, Tennessee. In the main event, it saw Ric Flair defeat Beautiful Bobby Eaton. That's right. Beautiful Bobby Eaton was actually in the main event to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in a 2 out of 3 fall. So I think this is around the time that was Bobby Eaton part of the Dangerous Alliance at the time, or was he doing the whole British gimmick? You know, I can't remember that. 1991, Professor.
Well, 91 it would have been before the British gimmick for sure. There could have been a Dangerous Alliance. I thought that was like a little bit later, but I'm not sure.
Billy Ray knows everything. Billy Ray, you know, Hulk. When what was this, a heel Bobby Eaton, a face Bobby Eaton? You know, who knows? No one
maybe
knows. It might be a face Bobby Eaton. I'm not sure, but this is around this is what I loved about Ric Flair's run because he had like legit feuds against tag team wrestlers. Like, I don't know if you remember when he defended the title against Road Warrior Animal. Oh no, it was Hawk. And people actually thought he had a shot. Don't forget Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. That was a big ass feud. Everybody was really behind him. He was the original Danny O'Brien. If you remember that. So Ric Flair has some nice runs. Let me see. It says it was around 1992 when the alliance started, if I remember correctly, Jimmy. All right, so Jimmy says around 92. I just don't remember. But is Billy Ray Valentine's gay? Yes. Anyway. All right, so let's fast forward here to the year 2000, vet. Damn, it's a long time. In the year 2000.
Yep.
On an episode of Nothing happened. Oh, Professor's here. It says, thank you. Flair versus Eaton in 1991. Bobby was a face. He turned heel in November of 1991 when the alliance was formed. This is why.
He probably turned face just long enough to have this match. And then, like Professor said, he goes right back to being a heel in a couple more months. And then it's like, in many ways, wrestling booking has always been stupid. It's
I
not
gotta
just
tell you
today.
something. I'm gonna say this, Professor, with the most love.
You fucking mark!
And you're glorious for being that. Thank you so much. Says so. Billy Ray and Big Ray. According to Wikipedia, Hogan did win the IWGP Championship, but for some reason, they made new IWGP. All right, so yeah, Hulk Hogan won the belt, but he wasn't the first ever. That was the, that's the lie, the big lie that Billy Ray Valentine was saying. Fast forward to 2000. It says on an episode of Raw from St. Louis, Missouri, Crash Holly beat Gerald Briscoe to win the WWF Hardcore Championship. Bet your opinion on Gerald Briscoe's Hardcore Championship run.
Obviously, always very entertaining.
It was entertaining.
I definitely stole the finish idea for when he pinned somebody while they were asleep. I think it was Crash Holly, and Crash Holly was asleep, and Gerald Briscoe brought a referee in, and he was like, and then he the referee silently counted to 3, and then Joe was silently celebrating, and I stole that finish for a match I was in.
What do you mean? How did you steal that?
It was like one of those battle royals where the last 2 people in the match were they had a singles match, and so I had it to the point where I got knocked out, and my partner eliminated the last other person, and while I was knocked out, he crawled over and told the referee to be quiet, and he pinned me while I was knocked out, and then he woke me up and assured me that I had won the match.
Yeah, I disappeared for a minute there. You didn't notice that?
I did. I saw something happen.
Okay, yeah. For
But
some reason, my Wi-Fi.
That's
I appreciate it. All right, let me see. Let's fast forward here to 2001 at a SmackDown taping in Baltimore, Maryland. Test defeated Rhino to win the WWF Hardcore Championship. This match was noted for featuring the debut of...
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. She's got legs, and she knows how to use them.
Stacy Keibler?
Oof. Yeah.
Miss Hancock?
Oh, yeah. She didn't really have...
Big ass titties!
But she was a fine specimen of a woman, in my opinion, with respect to the... Anyway. Fast forward to 2005, ladies and gentlemen, WWE presented the iconic ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view for the Hammerstein Ballroom. The show marked the revival of ECW. That was actually a really good freaking pay-per-view, if I remember it, for the brand for the first time since it fell into bankruptcy in 2001. The show was produced, as a faithful ECW downsize of the ring, graphics, camera angles, so on and so forth, blah, blah. They even got to use Enter Sandman Metallica at the time. The show was a huge critical success, and then they came out with the whole fucking that's the one with John Cena was for the RVD for the title, throwing a shirt, they threw it back.
They tried to catch lightning in a bottle twice.
Right. I mean, they came out with that ECWWE version. It was terrible. Just terrible. 2011, Vet, we'll fast forward since you are the Impact Wrestling aficionado here. And it says, let me see. Yeah, he sucks at those games. What is he talking about? Hogan was.
You know what? We don't have time
Christ
to comb through the chat for every little thing.
I got it. All right, fine. 2011 TNA Slammiversary. Oh, what is this? X1. 1X.
11.
So that's 9.
9.
Yeah, because the 1 goes before the X. It took place in the Impact Zone, Orlando, Florida. The show was Mr. Anderson surprisingly defeating Sting for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I was a huge fan of Mr. Anderson. I loved Mr. Anderson. Your thoughts on Mr. Anderson's TNA career?
I guess it was all right.
Not bad, right?
He was destined for other things, though. He just ended up in TNA because he was getting more over than guys like Randy Orton and John Cena, so they made sure to kick him out the door as quickly as they could.
Well, speaking about the door, Vet, I don't know. This doesn't correlate. But anyway, 2012 NXT Redemption came to an end as WWE taped the 67th and final episode from the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire.
A classic venue.
What NXT Redemption came to an end as WWE taped? What does this even mean?
Just what else does it say?
That's it.
Oh, then who cares? What else happened?
2014, WWE announces the release of a dozen performers, including 2, Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal, who returned to the company and become world heavyweight champions.
They were known as 2 out of 3 man band.
2 out of 3 man band. Who would have thought the redhead, the ginger, would have stayed longer than them? But they came back. I guess they're over strong. How is he doing, by the way? Still have kids, or is he still in TNA?
I think he still does have kids. He hasn't been in TNA in a long time. Wow. Matter of fact, I don't know if he's ever been in TNA. Like, he may have been gone before the rebrand.
Well,
and guess what? I legitimately never even thought about it until you just asked me. So that shows you what kind of a impact his run has had.
That's a good one, Vet. All right, finally, let me see here. In 2016, there's the last entry here. TNA held their annual Slammiversary pay-per-view at the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Bobby Lashley, or just Lashley at the time, defeated Drew Galloway. Look at that. In a tap-out or knockout match to win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, as he should. The other title changes on the card included Sienna winning the TNA Knockouts Championship. Well, I don't remember that name. In a 3-way match against Gail Kim and Jade, and Eddie Edwards, Fat Eddie, but he wasn't fat at that time. He was kind of like
shirtless Eddie. He was in
He was in good shape. He was like post Wolves, but still in good shape until he got married and started eating all the food, and you could see what his wife looks like. She eats nothing. Anyway, winning the X Division title in a 4-way bout against DJ Z, Trevor Lee, and Andrew Everett. It's a name I haven't heard in a while. What happened to that guy?
I think he recently did some jobs when AEW came to North Carolina.
We got some notable birthdays here, Vet. And you can all wish these people a happy birthday via social media. First and foremost, ECW legend, the great Jerry Lynn, was born in 1963. Hector Garza, one half of wait, this is 1969. Oh, this is the dad. Is he still around?
No, unfortunately, he
passed away. All right, so you can't reach out to him, but you can reach out to his son, right? His kid. Just go scratch.
Go scratch.
That's right.
Don't reach out through supernatural means, though. He doesn't need any more scars.
I miss Go Scratch. And finally, the strongest man in the world, future WWE backstage guy, ambassador, future trasher of AEW on multiple podcasts, the one, the only, the man that bought me multiple cappuccinos and dinner at Dinosaur Barbecue back in, anyway, Mark Henry. If you ever want to mess with me and you want to see a picture of how big I actually am, I'll put up a picture later of me and Mark Henry standing together, and you'll know. He is a huge, like, I have big fucking hands. And when you see us side to side, like, you can tell my hands are big, but Mark Henry's hands look like feet. They're like two bald.
He's like a small planet. He's just very, very cuddly and dangerous looking.
He has no neck, and I remember the first time, like, I met him and I gave him a 5 or whatever, and I put my arms around him to, like a bro hug thing. And I remember this thing when I patted him on the back. Remember how you mentioned there's no jiggle?
Mm-hmm.
There's no fuck. He is all like, it's like a big boulder, like you said, like a planet. Steel. That's a scary man, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway.
Yeah. Go, dude. If you guys didn't listen to him on Chris Van Vliet, and you need any other reasons to love Mark Henry, go listen to that.
Wait, what happened to Chris Van Vliet? What was
just the whole show. Just a lot of great stuff on that episode. Yep.
All right. Let me see something here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that was back in the day, whatever the hell we call it, wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do two things at once, and that's not really helping me. But neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. It is time.
What do I do? I'll tell you what I do. I break down shows. That's what I do. That's what I do.
That is what I do. So let's jump in to what do you call it? What is it? Battleground.
That's right.
NXT
You're already
Battleground.
there. You're live on the scene.
I'm here on the scene. I'm
Back
here in
to
the
being
park.
the reporter of the people.
Very fucking hot. Did I mention that?
You did. But the sky is nice and blue and clear.
It is beautiful. It's a beautiful day. There's this bird sitting on this shit, and I have a feeling it's gonna shit right on me anytime soon. So we're gonna have to hurry this along. So Battleground took place. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. Is it 7 matches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches.
Do we have a pre-show? I couldn't find a pre-show.
There was a pre-show, but I don't. There were no matches. If I'm sure, if there was a match, it's not here.
Okay.
But neither here nor there. So why don't we talk about this?
All right, let's get into it. Well, the first thing we're gonna get is Sexy Red. Sexy Red comes out and she twerks. This will be an ongoing theme of the show. I pretty much anytime Sexy Red appears, I will be saying a similar thing. But then we get the intro package for the show. They do a nice little intro package. No Davis Sahadi or anything. And we're kicking it off with the North American Women's Title Ladder match. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just want to burn everybody out in the first match? But I say this every time they do this kind of thing. So this is Sol Ruka versus Jada Parker versus Michin versus Fallon Henley versus Lash Legend versus Kalani Jordan. First thing I noticed about this match, Ray, was that the jib cam was like in the ring. Did you notice that?
The jib cam. I did not notice that. Maybe I was.
Yeah, so you know they got that arm, like that crane arm that where the camera hangs off it so they can get some of those close-ups. But then like in the wider shots, you could just see that the camera's like over the rope, like in the fucking ring.
No, I didn't notice that, bro.
Somebody should have like when they were climbing ladders, just swatted at it accidentally.
Vet, real quick.
It would have been good.
I got something sent to me from Billy Ray Valentine. Is this what you were talking about earlier in the podcast?
Yes, that.
It says from it's just Gay Hernandez, Hami Media. It's probably that fat kid that used to do shows for us that you jumped on his podcast. It says, I hate this podcast. It says 3 idiots talking over each other, and Disco ruins every conversation talking over people. So far, I disagree with this. Even when he isn't talking on those rare occasions, he's in the background like Puff Daddy, but trying to cut in. What a miserable listen, honestly. Mute his fucking mic. I guess it says here. It says once in a while so we can hear people other than him speak. Dude, ask a question, then answer it for the guest. Well, that's not nice at all. I don't think that's accurate at all. I feel that Disco.
You can tell you don't listen to Keeping It 100.
No, he does. I mean, Disco does try to talk over everybody. I have listened to the show. I listened to the show.
If you want to hear the most painful thing in podcasting, listen to Disco ask a guest a question and then leave them absolutely nothing to say afterwards. Because not only he asks the question, then he answers it for himself.
Yeah.
And then explains why he answered what he answered, and then's like, what do you think?
That was.
But anyway, enough of that. That wasn't you though. You didn't put that. You didn't put that review. No, that wasn't you. Okay, 1 star.
100%. I did.
You would give it 5 stars, right? Even if you said all that stuff.
It's a good podcast.
Okay,
it's a good show. It's never entertaining. I'll tell you that.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So basically, this is my thought on the match itself, and I talked about this a little bit on Impact Attack. I mentioned this, but so there was the spot where all the girls got together to throw Lash Legend out the ring onto a waiting ladder, which was probably supposed to break.
That was brutal.
But maybe they didn't gimmick it right, so that looked pretty painful. However, I would rather take 10 bumps like that than to get to for one time for one of those girls to pull me backwards by the leg off of a ladder, because that happens so many times. So many things could go wrong with that. Anybody, like I said, if you've ever like been climbing down a ladder and you missed a step and like, you know, rolled your ankle or, you know, tweaked your knee, or like there's so many things that is the most dangerous thing by far in that match. It's not.
I was waiting for a broken
slammed
leg
on a ladder. Yeah, man.
or
just
broken ankle. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that happened, like that was happening all over the match. And every time I saw one of the girls grab the leg, I was like, yeah,
you cringe. Yep. Oh my God. It's so funny. And here's the thing, like, it's true. Like you're check this out. When you're landing, it's not a stable mat that you're landing on, and you're landing at this weird, awkward angle. Bro, that could have went so. Have you ever seen the video of that fat fucking indie wrestler that walks into the ring? He goes to the second rope and he comes off, you know, he's just doing his thing. Yay, cheer for me. And he comes down and both of his legs fucking ostrich.
Right.
No good.
Right. And that was just
Google it.
Don't Google it. Just for the record, don't Google it.
God, Sid Vicious. Oh, Sid Justice off the oh God.
So yeah, that is the most dangerous thing in the match, and it happened multiple times. Basically, everybody at some point was climbing the ladder and got yanked off backwards. So it's a miracle that they all came away unscathed. But somehow Kalani Jordan wins. Anticlimactic. Not even just the choice of person, but just the way she won. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna climb up and get it. The end.
You know. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Because, like, so first and foremost, these girls, I think, worked really hard. I think they all worked really, really hard during this match, and I give kudos to this match, because usually a ladder match, I'll zone out for a minute or two or three. I was very much into this match, but I agree with you, man. First and foremost, Kalani Jordan. Maybe she's just like a quick little transitional champ. What I gotta say? What you gonna say?
We'll get to her later. But transitional to what? This title didn't exist.
I know. I just listen, Kalani Jordan. You guys who listen here on a weekly basis, I think she's a beautiful girl. She's very physically talented, so on and so forth. She's just not there yet, or maybe she'll never be there. I don't know. There's something really missing from her. She's the coffee without the milk. She's I don't know. You make a cake and you forget to add the sugar. There's something missing with this kid. So you bring her in. And then you have
Kalani Jordan is a cheese sandwich.
Bro, she is a cheese sandwich. No mayonnaise, no water, no meat. No, just cheese. Brother, Fallon
Kraft
Henley.
Singles sandwich, too.
Let's be real. Yeah, not even the good cheese, not even Boar's Head. Fallon Henley could have won this belt. Jada Parker should have definitely won this belt. Lash Legend, Meechin. So anyone else in this match should have won, and then that's why. And let me ask you about this: how do you feel about somebody who has the pencil? Somebody who's booking the match, that we'll just have the girl that they least think should win to win, you know? And like, how do you feel about that? I think that's so fucking like dumb. Like sometimes the person that should win should win.
In this, I don't know if there was a should. But they had several options, and I just don't know about this one. I like how Bobo said they had Dana Brooke as a mentor. That's where it started to go wrong.
Word.
That's true.
That is very true.
And we would see her too, but we're not there yet. So anyway, like I said, she won. Now we'll just have to deal with it. Let's just move on to another person that I don't know why. Ethan Page, he arrives at the airport.
Stop it.
He gets jumped by Oro Mensa at the airport. And then they show Trick and Ethan arriving at the Apex earlier in the day. They show Lola Vice taping up. They show Shayna hitting some mitts with Jamal Hill. And then that hypes us up to the tag team match. Good Brothers versus Frazium. I did notice this.
Okay.
In this match, Luke Gallows, Axiom had like the kinesio tape on his shoulder, and Luke Gallows was smart enough to forego the chin lock and put an armbar
He was
on.
working on it. I was
right.
thinking about that.
It was still just as boring, but he did psychologically switch it up to the thing. And then
that's so funny. I was thinking the same shit, bro.
Right. But now I'm going to say something nice about the Good Brothers. Well, Carl Anderson specifically.
Okay.
There was one spot in the match that I thought, man, if more people did this, it would improve like wrestling across the board, like by 20% probably. He went for like, he hit some move, some big move on one of the guys. I think it was Axiom. Yeah, he hit some move on Axiom. I don't remember the move now. But he hit a move on him, and it was a big move, and he got a near fall on it. And Carl Anderson just immediately stood up and pulled him up like, no, fuck this. I'm taking you up to the top.
Yep.
But he didn't do the thing where everybody goes, oh God, I can't believe I didn't win with this move I've never won with before. Yeah. Right. If this was real, that's exactly what you would do. 1, 2, 2.9. Okay, shit. Going right now. Right now. We're going now. Like,
yes,
I will fucking kill you. And that is the only good thing I've ever seen Carl Anderson do. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with Carl the Machine Gun Anderson.
He's good, man.
He knows I love him. But he does in fact lose. That was his downfall because he did in fact lose to the Spanish Phoenix. So Frazium retains the belts, and there you go. What'd you think, Ray?
So good match. Like, this was the match I at least cared about, because honestly, I thought they would just put the belts on the old guys. I thought they would put the belts on the Bullet Club. What are they called? And I was like, man, how? And you look at these two little guys in Frazium, and what happened? What are you looking at, Bet? Please tell me.
Sonic was saying, did Gallows do his Mike Tyson punch out looking punches? I don't think he did. I don't remember, but he always gets it in, so I must have been looking in the other direction.
Yeah, I might have missed it. These guys remind me of and they're a different level, physically, the Rockers, where they're a small tag team, but they work so well together. I think those two guys are fantastic together. I really do. And even when they're in the ring with these two guys that are way bigger, way stronger, way more just veterans, guys that have been in the ring longer, I was like, their ability to work together and synchronization and stuff like that, they're a really good tag team. I'm serious. Like, I really like these kids, and I'm glad they won. I was like, all right, cool. This was a cool match. I like the finish. I like everything that happened to lead up to the finish. There was a little bit of pendulum at the end of the match. I liked it a lot, Vet, and I was pleased. I was pleased with this match. The only boring thing was the fucking arm bar. But neither here nor there, man. I think, because who asked me earlier? Somebody in the chat asked, why did they put over this tag team? Why did who was it? Frank. I think Frank was asking, why did the Good Brothers put over Axiom and Frazier? Why did they, Bet? I think it's
it was their choice.
Well, they gave the kids a rub.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you have to ever win something or be somebody to give a rub.
Stop it. Would you stop? These guys are champions all over the world, man. These guys are like,
right. You saw Power Udi, right?
Oh my God. Anywho, but this was a really good match. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Good match. All right. So next we see more people arriving at the building. Dark Roxanne.
Dark. She's so dark.
And Jordan Grace arriving. And then some jabronis come out because it's time for Underground Above Ground. And we got some guys in the audience, some UFC fighters, Khalil Roundtree, Brandon Moreno.
Yep.
We get so this is Shayna Baszler, obviously, versus Lola Vice, obviously. I liked Shayna's bloody gear. Like, I thought that looked cool.
Yeah, man.
And then they had a worked MMA fight. And I thought it was pretty good. It's probably one of the better ones of these that they've done.
You and I are on the same page, man, this week.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I didn't really care, but I thought they still did a good job, despite me not caring. So,
Well, the thing is that they took it out of the ring. You know, they took it like it's an underground fight. So, and all in all, it shouldn't be just an MMA fight. It should be a fight. So they were outside the ring, like that spot. Which spot was it where she goes for the knee and she hits the fucking table, or when Shayna Baszler's head slams into the steps? You know, it happened so fast they had her go back and show it, and then Shayna Baszler's she's putting it over. Like she did a great job. And when somebody who's a real fighter knows what it's like to really be knocked out, it looks more real, if that makes any sense. Shayna Baszler has been an MMA fighter. I was looking at both their records. Shayna Baszler, you know, I think she was like 14-11. She had a lot of MMA fights. Lola Vice was like 4-1. Like she was a really good fighter, and she fought pretty decent, you know, talent for her level. She was really fucking good. And the one fight that she lost was by unanimous decision. So I'm looking back at this. I'm like, all right, you got two legit fighters. You know, she's not just fine. Lola Vice, she can fight. And after this match, I said to myself, man, this didn't suck. And I think that's all you can ask in a worked MMA fight. I think, you know, and it wasn't, not only did it not suck, again, usually I would tune out, Vet. I was all in. I loved the spots. I loved even the jabronis around getting involved, you know, getting crashed into, and it was just I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so far. It was a really good paper. And by the way, I love the length of this pay-per-view.
yeah, I was gonna say,
right?
You
Was
know,
it 2
length
hours?
is
and
important,
15 minutes?
despite what anyone will tell you.
Oh yeah, trust me. You know, I wouldn't know.
It's your anniversary today. Well, anyway, in case anybody wondered, Lola won with a back fist, her signature back fist, down to a hammer fists for the TKO, they call it. And she does her dance immediately. Immediate dance.
She does the dance.
And for anybody in the chat, and you know who you are, Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, saying that she looked awful. Like, I'm sorry. The Lola Vice. I'm not even Lola Vice as big as I don't drool over her as much as some of these people in here do, and even I'm gonna say you're crazy for that one.
Yeah, she looked fantastic. She always looked fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So then Sexy Red does a celebratory twerk with Kalani Jordan, the new North American Women's Champion. Good way to break in the new title. Just a little twerk. The camera is always like, I don't know if I should be shooting this. How do I do this?
Right.
Like whenever it's like it's high enough that you're not seeing the bottom, but you're seeing the actions. So it's like, yeah, we got to compromise here.
It's like the camera's blushing. Almost. It's like
yeah, pretty much. Forrest Griffin's there. Legend Forrest Griffin, he's there. I'm sure he's very excited for this next match. The other North American champion, Obafemi, is taking on Wes Lee and Joe Coffey. I mean, you know, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not watching this. I'm sorry.
All right. All good.
But I know the finish, so whenever you want me to get to the finish, you just give me the signal.
So it's like one of those crazy MMA fights where you have one big guy. That it's like a new league that they have one big guy against two smaller guys. They just had a match with one of the strongest men in the world. He fought these two guys, and he did what Obafemi did. You know, he took a little bit of a couple of shots here and there. I think they went like 3 rounds, but finally at the end of the match, he took one of these motherfuckers. He threw him. Boom. He took the other one, just fucking knocked him out, and he just pounded the other one. Pop, 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 gorilla punches. What? Donkey Kong.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that is the finish.
That's it. Like they did the same shit.
Well, Wesley's mistake was he jumped on Gallus, and you know he lost focus. So,
Joe Coffey, I think surprisingly did okay. Wesley was just Wesley. I'm always going to be a big fan of the kid. I love the kid, but again, and I'm going to make this statement, Vet, and I want to hear what you think. Obafemi, that guy is ready. He's ready. I think right now. I don't know. I mean, Vet, like what more does he need? I mean, he's got the look. He's got the size.
I need to see if he can have a singles match. because he's always fucking these 3-ways, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Do they think they're protecting him with this?
That is a good question. You got to put him in. All right, so let me ask you. You have NXT talent, and then you have who would you put him in the ring with? Would you put him in the ring with a guy like what's his name, steel chair guy that's in the main event for tonight? What's his name?
Sure. Like, well, there's lots of people that could do it, even if it's a guy that's less experienced than him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just let him have a match. You know, 3-ways are like overused, but they're like a special occasion. It's good for an angle. It's like if you have two people that are, you know, like. If paths converge, like I want a shot at this title, I want a shot at this title, well, and then you get a, you know, like it's a triangle, so you're like, oh well, let's settle this all in one match, right? But instead I feel like the WWE and everybody else will follow suit. Every promotion follows suit. Whatever the WWE does, all the other promotions try to ape it. I don't care what anybody says.
Sure.
So the WWE sets the standard of, well, we got all these guys. Let's use as many of them as we can. And that's why we have triple threat matches. They try to fit angles into triple threat matches rather than to come up with angles that lead to triple threat matches. So that's why we have triple threats, fatal 4-ways, you know, all this stuff so that you can have, you know, multiple people involved and it still only be one match on the card.
Sonic thinks that you should put him in New Day and let them coach him. I like it, but
poor non Ghana resident Xavier Woods. He just wouldn't fit in.
It's just Oba is, man, like there hasn't been a talent besides maybe Braun Breaker that came into NXT that I was like, wow, this guy is everything I want in a wrestler. Like he's everything I want in a pro wrestler. And even when he grabs the microphone, like his when he's communicating, when he's doing his promos, it's just like he's just good. He's really, Vet, this guy. I said it about Trick Williams when I first saw the kid, you know, start coming up. I'm saying it about this guy. This guy is going to be fucking special if the WWE continues to book him well. He is a guy that I think once he gets to that level, he'll be up there with Gunther and all these other guys. He's that fucking good. He's tremendous. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in all of the WWE. All of it. Like this guy is one of my favorite guys. And if you guys haven't watched Obafemi, and you're right, Vet, I think he needs to start working one-on-one, you know. But who's gonna beat him? Who's gonna take that belt? Who's good enough to do that? It's not gonna be Wes Lee. I hope it's not going to be Wesley. That would kill me inside.
I don't know. I think, you know, I don't want to do one of those things because everybody would just say, like, if you were to say bring Obafemi up, I wouldn't want to just make like a whole Nigerian gimmick or whatever. But Obafemi, if he comes up with a level of success and prestige from NXT, he could be the one to sort of like grab up Apollo Crews or grab up Omos and be like, what are you guys doing? Like, are you Nigerian or not? Like, what is this bullshit? What is this main event bullshit? What is this, you know, house show bullshit? Like, just,
yeah,
you know, why aren't you a champion like me or something like, and whether that leads to them teaming up, facing each other, whatever. But like, we have to acknowledge that there's like some unique and talented Nigerians that are not being used to their full potential here. And he could be the catalyst that gets them on track.
So I'm going to show this real quick. So you see Elizabeth, what she says here, Vet. Did you see the Moose response on the tweet? I'll share it right now. I have it. I actually brought it up right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have Moose replying.
Oh yeah, this is funny.
And says, let me see. It says, I guess we'll never find out. I'm not for Nigerian on Nigerian crime. I don't know, brother. That is that would, I don't know if I could deal with this, man. These two guys in the ring at the same time. But how would you book this match, man? If
Moose
this
goes over,
you think Moose? Why not Moose take that title away from him?
I would book Moose to beat everybody. Sorry, Cody Rhodes, you had a nice run.
Mm.
Anyway, so Joe Coffey takes the pin, so I smiled at that.
Yeah.
Now we get a package, and then we get the big match: NXT versus TNA. It's Jordan Grace, the away team, versus Dark Roxanne,
Mm-hmm.
in the home team. Dark home. Lights are off. Yeah. So basically, the story of this, I don't know. The story of this match was, Roxanne was wearing down Grace's arm. Also, at some point in this match, Jordan Grace's earring got ripped out.
It got caught in the fishnet stocking of
Right.
Roxanne Perez.
Which I've come on here for years and told you guys that you are stupid to wear jewelry.
It's ridiculous.
Think that's her earring. And then imagine these people that come in like Cora Jade with their lips and noses all, like
Ridiculous.
just let that picture that she posted on Twitter be a lesson to all of you. If you're not going to listen to me, then look at that gross picture of her mutilated earlobe now.
They had to stitch that thing back up, brother.
Yeah. So anyway,
Oh.
so then in the match, Dark Paxson actually stalking the Knockouts title.
Mm-hmm.
She wants that, and she steals it. She tries to escape, or abscond with the championship, and then who stops her but Dana?
No,
Ash by Elegance.
yeah, her.
A completely different woman that we've never seen in NXT before stopped her. And then Jordan Grace hits both of them. Like, get the fuck out of here. She hits them both with the belt.
Did you hear the pop for her for Grace by Elegance?
I mean,
Neither did I.
pop she's ever got, right? Yeah. Still the biggest pop she ever got.
She came out, I swear to you, and I think everybody was like, "Who?"
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that you're breaking up.
I'm just sitting here.
No, I know. It's just your internet. Anyway, but I took a couple of things away from this match, and they all had to do with Roxanne Perez. Believe it or not. First and foremost, I thought Roxanne Perez standing in the ring face to face with Jordan Grace would look terrible. Like I thought it would be like David versus Goliath type of thing. Roxanne Perez she's getting in really good shape. I'm noticing physically. She's a lot stronger physically. She looked good. Dark shape, yes. Number two, she's not as small as I thought she was compared to a girl like Jordan Grace. So they were comparable size. Obviously, Jordan Grace is more muscular and wider, but Roxanne Perez held her own. How did you feel that this match was so 50-50?
I mean, I think it was definitely because of the sort of the logical approach they were taking to it. Every time Roxanne would go back to that arm and work on that arm, and then that led into the her doing the whatever you want to call it, crossface, LeVeL lock, and Jordan Grace has little arms. I mean,
Very
she has
small.
T-Rex arms. Not little in terms of like thickness, but in length. Like there was that time she was trying to get Jordan up for that weird whatever move that she was trying to do. It was, probably like a vertebreaker or something that she just couldn't reach. Like she just couldn't quite reach, so they just had to go. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter because my main takeaway from this match was Roxanne's great.
Right?
Like, not that I haven't been telling you guys this since, she showed up, but like, this is sort of proof because I've seen Jordan Grace's matches. I see them all the time. She doesn't have matches this good, so obviously what is the common denominator in all these good matches? So I would say that, the enjoyability of this match for me, if you broke it down, is probably like 10% hype because you have the promotional battle. Maybe 15% of Jordan Grace for holding up her end of the bargain. And then 5% for any other outside factors like maybe agents or, the production values, the cameramen and all that stuff like that. And then the rest is 70% Roxanne.
Yeah, man.
Like she made this match go. She was the battery for this. So yeah,
Just damn good match, man. The girls put
match of the night easily. If you just like traditional
yeah, man.
wrestling.
Very, very good match between these two girls. This could have been the main event of the evening, but we don't get that. We move into some more sexiness, right, backstage?
Yes. Although I think now would be a good time to mention that at some point after the show, which I saw this on social media, there was an interview with Dark Roxanne. And then CM Punk walked up and he was like, "Hey, don't be dark. Just do your thing and be a champ." And then she was like, "Oh, good advice, hypocrite," or whatever, and then like walked off.
Oh yes, I think his.
And then
I
he
think,
and he was like, "Is she always like this?" And then, who was it? Was it Kelly or so? They were just like, "Yeah, pretty much." So a random CM Punk just there for this digital only clip.
was it a digital only clip?
I mean, it wasn't on Battleground, was it?
No. Yeah, I can't find it. All right. Interesting. Okay. But I did see something about his wife getting in on a bit too. CM Punk's wife.
That one
like
I didn't see.
Like she was like be easy on her type of thing, like taking the girl's side, if that makes any sense.
That's right.
So
well, I believe what you were referring to is Sexy Red again and Lola and even Sarah Schreiber all twerking. They all twerked.
The cameraman really didn't. He panned
like,
down this time.
Is this okay? Should I?
He's like,
but
fine. He's like, I'm doing this. He's like, I'm going all in.
And he went some of the way. He's like, we saw it.
Sure did, brother.
We saw it. And then Wesley was TMZ'd, and then he got jumped by Gallus during this TMZ, and then Banana Steve Corino came to help break it up.
That was Steve Corino with the big beard. Okay.
The ridiculous yellow suit, yes.
Yes.
He looked like fucking Jim Carrey in The Mask.
The big banana. That's funny.
Like, get out of here, Steve Corino. All right, we know it's you. You don't have to wear that. Anyway. And then we get a package again, and then we get our main event. It is for the NXT Championship. It is Ethan Page versus Trick Williams.
But I don't know what I just can't put my finger on what you don't like about Ethan Page. Like, I mean, I thought he was really good in this match. I thought he led Trick Williams to a solid main event. I'm waiting. I want to hear what you think was not good about this match, if any. That's what I want to hear from you.
I don't know. Ethan Page is a cheese sandwich.
You just don't like Ethan Page. That's the thing.
I don't like Ethan Page.
Like there's certain things.
I mean, the match was boring, but like lots
boring.
of people have had they've had trouble getting good matches out of Trick Williams for whatever reason. So I can't necessarily blame all that on Ethan Page. I just know that I just thought it was a boring match, especially after what they had to follow, because
that's
the
the
women
problem.
just had a great match, and
Right.
then these guys had like, I guess if this was the main event of your local indie, this would be cool, but just really was nothing there.
I don't like the way Trick Williams keeps winning, like out of the blue. Trick Williams is not a tiny man. There are times that he should win in a dominant fashion. I'm not saying he should have dominated the whole match, but this whole fucking flying knee out. Number one, that knee needs to go. I think that finishing move stinks for him.
But then he calls it the trick knee.
I don't give a shit what he calls it. I'm telling you that
your wrestling move has to be a pun of some kind.
This kid this kid needs something else, man. His finishing move should be the bookend. Why not? Like have his finishing move, have him backstage with Booker T, learning how to do the bookend properly or whatever. Booker T Booker T puts the kid over the whole time.
Right, his name isn't Book Williams, it's Trick Williams.
Well, all I'm saying is that, back to our boy, what's his name, Ethan Page. I just like the guy a lot, man. Like,
Right, yeah. So, you know, besides the match, short, no real physique to speak of, weird shaped, very little charisma,
oh
unathletic.
boy.
Would he pass the airport test? He barely looked like he deserved to get jumped by Oro Mensah there.
I think so.
I would have thought Oro Mensah would have just not recognized him and walked right by, and you know, just so nothing there. And furthermore, forget everything I personally find, you know, boring or useless about Ethan Page. Forget all of that stuff. Let me just ask you this, as an Ethan Page apparent fan. Let me ask you this.
Like
okay,
the
so
guy.
he debuts in a title match. Now what?
That's it. It's all downhill.
Nowhere
from
to
there.
go but down, right?
They
The
shouldn't have did
only
that.
option was for him to win it. And then it's like, oh my God, everything got shook up.
Right.
But they didn't do that.
Bad
So now what?
move. Bad move. Terrible move. And then not only that, but it'd be different if he lost the match because of some type of interference or something happened during the match. Even some type of fluke injury that happened to him during the match. But nope. He just got the fucking knee and that was it. So he lost in his first match. He lost clean in his first match. That's it. Like
He dominated his first match.
That's like, you know what that's like, Vet? It's like buying a brand new car and literally pulling out of the parking lot, driving it right into a wall. And talking about, am I going to get Kelly Blue Book value for a new one? No.
Yeah, what can I get for this?
No, nothing. You know what you get? You get a
That
used
wall hit
Mazda.
me, dude.
So they fucked up. They really fucked that up, man.
Yeah.
And I thought that the whole time. I said, there's no, whether you like Ethan Page or not, like you just said, he wins the belt. Everything is shaken up. Oh shit. Anything can happen on NXT. Now what? Do you take Ethan Page seriously now? If you ever did? No. It's a damn shame.
No, to everybody who doesn't like, yeah, let's put my bias in a box. To everybody, as he was walking out for the match, I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, this is it. Like he's not gonna win this, but now he's done. Like he's already finished. And then he'll be like, oh my God, this is happening again. This is now the third major place I've been where I just get pushed to the side quickly because, you know, whatever reason. And I thought that, and then the match happened the way it happened. I was like, yep, definitely. Nowhere to go but down from here. You debut in a title match. Shit. Wow. Okay. And that's not even, we're not even done with him, but we're not going to talk about what else happens to him because that's for the NXT episode.
Well,
So,
he can always be a special guest referee.
Exactly, right? And I could think of people that could fill that shirt out better than him. But so Trick hits the Trick knee and wins. And then Sexy Red comes in the ring and celebrates with Trick. She probably did a little more twerking, I think. I don't remember. I don't
Pointing
think he
and
twerked,
twerking.
at least.
Not
And Ethan Page just sat in the corner and watched the whole thing. He just sat there in the corner while they celebrated and they go off the air. So that was Battleground. You know, pretty enjoyable show for what it was, I thought. And I didn't enjoy it, but I could see how somebody would. You seem to enjoy it.
It was fun. It was fun. Again, I would love more WWE pay-per-views to be this length. You know,
Please.
I mean, the pre-show was 2 hours long. It was almost the pre-show was almost as long as the actual event. Perfect. 6 matches. Everything had stakes. Everything meant something. Everything was for something. Everything either was the culmination of a feud or now kind of continued a storyline. All of it except for the main event, where you just brought in this guy. He's supposed to be a big MVP like type wrestler. You know, remember how MVP came in? Everybody wanted to sign him and stuff. They finally signed him. All these demands and shit. I wonder if in that contract he gets an automatic rematch even if he loses.
Right. I get 10 automatic rematches no matter what happens.
Yeah.
That's in my contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? How ridiculous could this contract be? How you think that we're going to capitalize on any of that stuff that they set up in the previous shows? No, of course not. It's just laziness, and I can't blame even Ethan Page for that. I mean, he's just showing up and doing what he's told. So, you know, but that's the other thing too. Like on top of everything else, you are introduced, if you're a fan who's never watched him in any of the other companies, then you're introduced to this guy and he just shows up and loses. It's like, that's your first impression. A loudmouth that can't get it done. Which is fine since you're a heel, but I don't know. So anyway, that brings us to NXT, the episode from last night.
I like it. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT, June 11th, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen,
What do you guys want to talk about?
oh God, the American Nightmare is in the house signing autographs for people that are obviously wrestlers that are brought back there to make you believe that they're actually fans that he would spend extra time with, but it's not true.
They were all at NXT Underground.
Like there was one wrestler that he had a little baseball cap and they had him on his knees with the little boots with little shoes on him to make believe that he was a kid, but he had a full beard. Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying in my head? Anyway, but NXT, June 11, 2024. Take it away, Vet.
All right. Well, after we get a 4-minute recap of the pay-per-view, in case
fast forward to that, by the way.
Yeah, gotta fast forward it. You don't want to fast forward too far because look, we get an in-ring with Kalani Jordan, the new champion. The fans are chanting, "You deserve it." Really? You guys can't just say that about anybody you feel like who wins a championship. There's as Clint Eastwood said in the Academy Award-winning 1992 film Unforgiven, deserves got nothing to do with it.
That's right.
Don't deserve shit. You just got here. Jeez, making me hate her already, and it's not even her fault. It's the fans' fault.
They were like, "Oh, she just got signed in 2022. She just learned how to take a bump in 2023, and she is now the champion." How easy is it to win a belt?
A brand new belt.
How easy is it to become a champion in NXT? Shit, I could do it.
Ethan Page couldn't do it.
Oh, that's true.
Ethan Page is no Kalani Jordan. Let me just tell you. But anyway, my question is, as I listened to her speak on the microphone, I wrote down a simple note. Why can't they book a babyface? Like, forget the fact whether she's good at it or not. Like, let's not even talk about her skill level. Let's talk about why would you have somebody come out here and say the things that she said on a piece of paper, off the dome, whatever? Why would you have your babyface come out and start talking about how nice everything is to, like, this is the same thing I'm talking about with guys like Ricochet. The reason why people are like, I don't care about Ricochet is because they keep handing these baby faces these weirdly, they're like almost confrontationally nice promos.
It's too nice. She's putting everybody over.
Yeah, don't tell me about the dreams you had. Don't tell me about how hard you worked. Don't tell me a bunch of shit that like makes you sound like a heel if you change the tone of your voice. Like, just have the baby face just be the baby face, and then let the heels come out and drag the baby faces into stuff. Like, I'm just here as the champion minding my own business, and then all of a sudden Jada Parker wants to run her mouth about me. And I'm not even going to come out there. You can run your mouth all you want. I'm the champ. You're the fucking loudmouth heel that's trying to run me down, and I don't have time for you. I am a champ. You don't act like you're starting stuff or just come out there to get somebody to interrupt you. You know, you look like a punk if you come out to do a babyface promo and you just get interrupted as champion, right? But that's all they do in the WWE anymore. They don't even know how to book baby faces anymore. People turn babyface when they start healing. Yeah. That's when people turn babyface now.
Did you notice that so this girl stands in the ring, right? She has the belt, she's dressed all, she's showing off her fit body and everything, and she's talking and putting everybody over. and she's the new champion and stuff. Did you notice within the first 10 seconds, or maybe it's just me seeing, maybe I don't know, with the first 10 seconds of Jada Parker getting on the microphone, walking down the aisle, she stole every single ounce of light coming from that star that this girl thinks she had, or that they think she has.
Pretty much.
So that proves to you straight up and down, number one, they booked the wrong girl to take that, to be the initial champion. Number one. Number two, Jada Parker looks aside, is above and beyond an incredible promo. Like with this, she went out there, Jada Parker, and she just like told it like it is. You know, she spoke truth. She spoke like it was real. Like I didn't feel like she was reading off of a fucking piece of paper. Unlike Mrs. I was triumphant. I got what's Soul Rooker's finishing move called?
Soul Snatcher.
She goes, souls were snatched. Shut up. What are you talking about? Who wrote this shit?
Someone wrote it, and
Who
they handed
wrote
it to
this
her
shit?
and memorized it. I don't know.
The guy whoever wrote that gimmick for AEW when the fan goes, who wrote this shit? That same guy probably wrote that.
That's
That
right.
was terrible.
No one writes Jay White promos, by the way.
Man,
No one has that much ink in their pen. But I would just say that yeah, Jada Parker, like, also, by the way, doesn't deserve it. But to everything you said, you know, like, that's the person you're going to pay attention to. So yeah. But guess what? We don't even have time for that bullshit, because here comes Michin.
Oh, Michin.
You know what that means?
Crazy
in
in
Korean? Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy. And this jump starts an actual match between the two. I guess they had a match. Does Michin looks like she's been like really leaning out lately.
She looks good.
She's gotten in a lot of shape. I don't know if I wouldn't say she was out of shape before, but she's really leaned out for whatever reason. So
she's leaned out, and she actually, I'm glad you mentioned, she actually looks younger in her face. Like her face has actually leaned out, and not that this is important to professional wrestling, maybe to sports entertainment it is. She's even aesthetically even prettier than what she was before, if that makes any sense. So
she is the blazing baddie.
She's a good looking woman, but I did notice it. It's noticeable that she's working. I don't know if it's maybe her change of diet or new exercise routine, whatever she's doing, keep doing it, because she looks fantastic.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, and also put your husband on that plan. Also,
I forgot she was married.
Well, for his health, I'm concerned.
I will COVID.
say that
still has COVID, really long COVID.
I will say that. What was I going to say? I was going to say that. Well, by the way, the Good Brothers come out and help, and Michin actually gets a roll-up win on Jada, so that's fine. I remember what I was going to say. Michin was also you mentioned when we were doing the This Week in Wrestling History or whatever, when you were talking about Sienna and you didn't remember who that was, and you also mentioned Jade, and that was Michin. Well, Jade was Michin. Sienna was Allison Kay, but you don't know who that is either, so who cares? Now, Good Brothers help Michin get a win. Okay, now we have Catch Republic challenging Gallus, which, oh man, let me tell you, this is bad. This, first of all, is too many catches in NXT right now. Like, we've got a whole crew, and we've also got a Republic now, and it's like, I don't know. I thought you guys were on SmackDown and we didn't have to deal with you, or are they on Raw, or did they get drafted? I don't know. I really don't know. Cody's out there greeting the line. I think you mentioned this already. Just like, doing the politician thing, shaking hands, kissing babies. Yep. We have a Chase U vignette in which Thea becomes the professor for the day and cuts a promo on everybody. Take notes, Kelani Jordan. This is how you do a promo.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. Obviously, your character's not the same, but still. So that was awesome. And then here we get our promised match. It's all three Gallus versus the New West Republic. Now, Ray, when I was making my notes, I only had to write one thing here. How much money could we save if we just release everybody in this ring right now?
Oh my goodness.
There's got to be at least $500,000 that you could, like, I don't know, if you want to give it to Becky as a bonus to re-sign. I don't know, whatever you want. $500,000. Just get rid of all of them. This frees up so many spots on the card. We could do it. We could do it. We could just release all 6 of them. We don't need any of these people here. They all had a run.
Oh, all right. Well, hold on. I'm not releasing Wesley. I'm sorry.
I gotta release him.
No. I refuse. I love Wesley. I'm not gonna release Tyler Bate. He can be a TNA champion or the mid card champion or the intercount. What do they call it? The internet champion. Pete Dunne. He can go and wrestle in New Japan, be the open weight champion over there, wherever the hell they do there.
Yeah,
these three,
a lot of white dudes these days. Yeah,
these 3 guys, the Coffee Brothers, can go run a coffee shop, maybe in Scotland or wherever the hell they're from, and that's it. I would keep Wesley. You can get rid of these 5 guys, and then you can take that bonus. And yes, you can pay. I don't know, maybe pay Moose. Bring him in. Give him a little extra, a little extra Parmesan and his on his spaghetti and his on his spaghetti gravy, and his gravy. No,
it's weird to think like, because I hear people talking. I even think the professor said it. It's like talking about Moose and NXT. Like, no, I think he's skipping that line. I don't want to see Moose in NXT. It's a waste. But regardless, I get your point. Like, the $500,000 that we could save with these guys, and that's a minimum, right? Because they all got to be making at least around $100,000,
yes.
Right? So it could even be more. It could be $750,000 that you'd be saving with all these guys. So I would just say it's still WWE money. So you could put it on the main roster, whatever you want to do. Just do it. And if Wesley is the dolphin that gets caught in the tuna net, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, but I would just release him straight up. I don't care. I do not care. There will never be anyone who takes Wesley seriously ever. So we can just get rid of him now. And to further prove my point, Joe Coffey hits a clothesline on Wesley and beats him. When does that ever happen?
I was like,
who beats
what?
Wesley? Wesley's beaten the most of the giants in this company.
So it appears that the average salary, it says 25% of NXT's roster makes $57,500. 75% of the roster makes $81,000, and 90%. It's like, I'm sorry, it's broken into percentile. Like the highest percent you can is 101,000. So there's 3 tiers here. That makes sense, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
So
about 72,000
guys is probably going to get you about $500,000, give or take.
Yeah, 100. Let me see.
Because we don't know what these guys are making, but Gallus been around for a while, so
yeah, that's not bad, right? If you're making $72,000, you're not traveling anywhere. You're wrestling. You don't have to worry about renting a car or nothing like that. You're living right there where you wrestle.
Well, I mean, Wendy Chu just lives there. She just pulls a pillow into the kitchen area, and
we'll talk about
nap in the cupboard.
We'll talk about that debacle. Yeah,
dark debacle.
Oh, I'm sorry. The highest salary is 113,000.
Release all 6.
I don't disagree. Bet.
Jada tells OTM she's going to handle it.
I'm sure she will. Word.
Brinley tells Idris and Malik that she's going to handle it. And then she cartwheels out of frame.
That was funny. You don't see her actually. You just see the leg and the shadow go by. You know what she did. What happened?
Why is Jimmy? Are you still here? Moose is in his late 40s. What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you drunk? Jimmy, go to sleep. What time is it over there in Australia?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey Siri, what time is it in Australia right now?
It's 2:44 a.m. in Canberra, Australia.
Oh man,
it's about 3 in the morning. I'm usually up around that time. I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning. So.
Oh.
Hey Siri, is Jimmy T gay?
Here's what I found.
I can't show you, but there's tons of stuff on Jimmy T being gay.
Yeah, don't show it.
Hey Todd,
All
what's
right.
going on?
So next we have a vlog from Sol Ruka. And as I'm watching this with this, like her little presentation and her getting her spray tan and showing off her gear and all this stuff, I'm thinking, do you guys have Booker's remorse for not giving her the North American Women's Championship here? Because
my God,
it clearly seems like you wanted to, because you made this, or you made her make this, or whatever. Like, doesn't it seem like she would be the obvious choice to?
Bro, you had, and I told you, any one of the other girls would have been a better choice than fucking Kalani Jordan. No hate to Kalani Jordan. I'm sure she's a very nice young lady.
Right. And I get that we don't necessarily need another statuesque blonde as the face or partial face. I get that, but still, clearly you wanted to showcase her in this way, which is just weird. So
that, you know what it seems like? It almost seems like they were gonna put the belt on her. And then I'm just going along with the way the world is right now. Like the vet just said, I don't know, man. I mean, how many white champions do we have? We got to put a little coffee in our cream.
Yeah, let's put on a non-threatening.
Yep. God, you know what? You're right. I think that's what it is. They might have changed their mind.
All right. Well, guess what?
I would have put it on Jada.
Okay, yeah, that's another choice. But we get another white blonde, Reese, Brinley Reese. She's out here for her match with, as Brinley referred to her as a sweetheart, and they're gonna have so much fun, a fun sweetheart
match. Dark Wendy.
She's dark. She has a onesie with skulls on it.
Yeah, I would have gone to
pillow's black.
Yeah, the pillow's black now. She's painted like a
Not
pumpkin.
like Kalani Jordan. I mean, like it's black.
Kalani's not even black, dude. I mean, she's black, but caramel.
Not like this pillow. The
Dark
pillow
Wendy.
might weigh more than Kalani Jordan.
Yes, dark Wendy, cold-blooded. So dark. She's so dark. Anyway, so she comes out looking like a fucking jack-o'-lantern. All right, so it's not much to this new character. It's just makeup. Literally, she just changed her. I know it's dark makeup, but I mean, am I off? Am I wrong here? Like, is there really much?
She has mouth scars.
Okay, so I don't know. Elizabeth loved creepy dark Wendy. I think she needs to be a little creepier and darker. Is this
Wendy taking her two gimmicks and combining?
Yes.
Like, is she combining Mei Ying with
yes,
Sleepy Time Wendy?
Wendy Fire. I like that. Made me laugh. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what it is, that she's taking it to. But I think she needs to I don't know, go away from. Yeah, she's got the little. What is that look? What would you call that look? The possessed doll look?
So, well, it's a thing that you see invincible serial killers like Jason and Michael Myers do in movies.
Yeah. What else, Elizabeth? What would you do to enhance this character? Like, what would you do, Vet, to maybe add a little more pizzazz, a little more sazon, as we say in Puerto Rico, to the dish?
Pillow.
Skull pillows. Maybe she comes out with a pet rat or something. I don't know.
Look, it's fine. I don't know. It's just one match. We can see if they add more stuff. If we see her 5 more times and they don't do anything else, then we can say, hey, you know, what are you going to do? Switch it up. But it's just her re-debut. She's Dark Wendy.
Black Mist.
Black Mist. Right.
Yep.
Oh, because remember she had like the orange soda in the sippy.
Right. It could be black. Yeah. She takes a sip out of the thing and she goes,
right,
and it's black.
Yeah.
Ha, Chu Young.
dark. Chu Young.
Yeah.
Should be like Freddie. Yeah. It's a good idea, Frank.
Yeah.
Just give her striped PJs.
Striped. Yeah. It looked like she didn't work out much when she left either, so she's like the same, physique.
I mean, she's in pretty good shape, I thought.
Better than me, I guess.
And she used, like, I guess, a variation of the $1 Million Dream. I don't know if she did it weird on purpose. I mean, the
Right.
$1 Million Dream was essentially just a Cobra clutch, but she had like a slight variation on it, so maybe it's a modified
It was
$1 Million
different.
Dream or $1 Million Nightmare.
I don't know. I don't mind that move for her. It makes sense, putting people to sleep. I would have gone something a little different, maybe a dragon sleeper or something like that. I don't know. Whatever.
Dark Dreams.
Dark dragon sleeper. I don't know. Sure. All right. I guess I'll go with it.
10 thumbs up.
I gotta do laundry. Whatever.
All right. Yeah. So last week, off the air, apparently, we did the contract signing. Off the air, Oro Mensah jumped Ethan Page.
Why?
After the contract signing.
Oh.
Then at the Vegas airport, he jumped Ethan Page. And then at their battleground, as he was just sitting there like a fuck watching Sexy Red twerk all in his face or whatever, Oro came in and jumped him again.
Yeah.
So this obviously means that Ava has no choice but to give Oro Mensah a championship match, right?
A championship match with Ethan Page?
No, just give him a title shot at Trick Williams. Like,
Oh, for no reason. Oh, okay. Yeah,
for no reason. Oh, wait, no, they didn't do that. That's what they always do. Instead, this was the time that they choose to fine and ban somebody for attacking. Even though this happens like 20 times per episode every single week, people get jumped and attacked and everything, and then they get rewarded by having matches, and sometimes even title matches. But Oro Mensah gets fined and banned.
He got fined and banned?
Yeah, it was on. They showed a tweet from Ava.
I missed that. I must have fast forwarded through that one.
I bet you that recap missed it too.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, just calling him out. Trick walks, and then Byron is back there for some reason. I guess because Cody said he was showing up, so that means Byron Saxon has to be there. And he wants to get a word with Dark Roxanne. But so does Robert Stone. Robert Stone wants to know, hey, what's up with Dark Roxanne?
Right. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. But Cody's here. So Byron has to get back in the building. And so Cody's in there, and I wrote down on my notes, I was like, well, it must be already time for the Tag Team Classic again. I feel like we already had one of those, but I guess it's time for an announcement. But no, it actually isn't. Trick Williams comes out.
Oh, shit.
And he asks Cody Rhodes how he deals with Champ Hood. Like how do you go from being the hunter to the hunted? And Cody Rhodes says, I'll tell you how I do it. I have a 25-man battle royal for the #1 contendership to the NXT championship. And then Trick says, Cody, are you coming to the cookout?
Listen, you're leaving out the most important thing that was said in the entire gimmick.
I don't feel like I am. Let me see.
Well,
how do you deal
Cody
with being the champ? 25-man contender battle royal. Cody come to the cookout. No, I think I got it all.
No. The most important thing he said, and I will quote this, he says, and you might know some of them, but some of them will be from different locker rooms.
Yeah, so Raw and SmackDown, basically.
I don't think so.
You know how there's so many people coming from Raw and SmackDown to get a shot at NXT. Like you just see that who's here right now. The no quarter catch Republic came down.
I think we'll see some TNA talent next week.
Okay, Andrew Everett.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Cameron Grimes.
Oh God, Cameron Grimes.
I mean Trevor Lee.
To the moon. Oh,
he signs a second contract under a different name, and he's Cameron. Oh, you release Cameron Grimes. I'm Trevor Lee.
I'm Trevor Lee. Is he still crying, or is he over that?
You shouldn't have any more tear fluid left in his body at this point.
Cried a lot.
All right, so Cody's coming to the cookout. That's the main takeaway that we have to.
Is there like a cookout? Like, is this a gimmick? I don't remember.
I think it's coded language. Maybe the artist can elaborate. I know 8-Track Brown was not happy about Cody coming to the cookout on Twitter, but they didn't show his tweet on NXT. So
interesting. It says since Foley has been Canada's biggest, he's at OVW the past few months. Maybe OVW talent comes to NXT. Al Snow probably would rather his workers appear on WWE than AEW. OVW was supposed to have some type of working relationship with AEW, but AEW shit on them, so allegedly.
Yeah. Well, Cody's coming to the cookout, but Dante Chen is coming to the Kane match with a cane.
So you didn't watch this match at all, right?
No. I'll explain.
Okay.
But before I explain, next we have Carly Bright, or should I say Bright meets Dark?
Oh, yes.
Dark Wendy.
Yeah. Backstage.
Dark Wendy. Carly Bright and Dark Wendy. Get it? Bright and Dark.
Yep.
And then they show the new Next in Line class in the front row. They're enjoying their NXT episode, taking up the seats of some of those people that were outside shaking hands with Cody. And
I was shocked. You didn't notice Hook sitting there next to the big black kid?
Yeah, that wasn't him. That was a different.
That wasn't Hook?
I don't think so. Should be
Hook. Should be
better.
Hook.
Get him in here real quick. So Pillman Jr. is making his entrance, and he gets jumped in the entrance, and we go right into it. It's Brian versus Dante here in a Singapore cane match, the match of his home country. Why did I not disavow this match, Ray? Well, it's very simple. There's a reason why they have Singapore canes and kendo sticks, or whatever you want to call them here. That's the stipulation. See, when there's no reason for, and a stick just appears out of nowhere for no reason, and it's not somebody's gimmick, like Fat Eddie or Fat Eddie's thin wife, or even Tommy Dreamer, I'll make allowances, or Sandman, guys that have a signature weapon or something like that. But when it's just two guys that have nothing to do with anything, and then they just reach under the ring and there's a kendo stick there, what was that there for? So there's a reason, because this guy's from Singapore, and that's the match. So I will not disavow it. I will disavow the booking again, because here, this program was, okay, the babyface wins twice, and then in the payoff match, the heel beats him in his own match.
Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
Dante Chen's still up 2-1, and this is the blow off. Okay.
I don't know. What? Well, first they beat the living. They really beat the living shit out of each other, vet.
This was probably the most kendo stick shots in a single match I've ever seen.
Yeah, they really. If you guys didn't see this match, they beat the living shit out of each other, which I didn't hate. Now you would say to yourself, the finish of the match where Alexis King hits him with his cane to go over strong.
Right. They should throw this match out. That cane is not a regulation Singapore cane. That's like a pimp cane.
So now this is the question I have for you. Technically, it is a cane, but that is a much stronger, thicker. Maybe they had the lacquered. What do you call it? Lacquered all over. It's a very almost like a piece of metal. That cane.
Oh, yeah.
For walking.
Well, they're supposed to support a human being's weight.
Right. So it's basically like a steel bar he used to. But technically it was a cane. Now, if a chair was used in this match, would there be a disqualification?
I guess it should have been.
Oh.
And quite truthfully, it should have been disqualification for this cane. Because you're playing with semantics here, word semantics. This is clearly not the same implement. We have all of these canes have been supplied to you for your usage. They've been laid all around the ring and stood up in corners and everything. And you think just because the word cane is used in this match, that you could just grab your heavy weighted walking stick and hit a man with it. The referee should have rang the bell right away. And
What
then,
and
then that gives you more television time to further this, like where he's arguing with Ava about it, where she's like, that's not what I meant by cane. And he's like, it's a cane. And then that gives you more, you have more material to work with rather than, you know, have another 10, 15, 20-minute match.
Frank's pickle barrel ass just stole my. So I would have had Glenn Jacobs walk down to the ring, choke slam Dante No Chin, and be like, it's a cane. He flew in from Singapore.
Singapore County,
Jesus.
Tennessee.
But I got to take this phone calls from my dentist. Just go.
Okay.
Seriously.
All right. Well, I'll just keep going, and then we can see if we can get this whole thing done before Ray gets off the phone. All right. Cody gives Reptilian Britt Baker a dashing face protector. Then we get a vignette of Eddie Thorpe. And then Michin is leaving Ava's office as the #1 contender for Kalani Jordan's new championship. And she gets Too Sweet from the Good Brothers. And then we get Tavion Heights versus Eddie Thorpe. Now, I do have a question about this. Did you guys see when Vic Joseph got grabbed by some guy? And he was like, what? And Booker was like, what? And like, they just went back to the match. But like, what was that? Who was that? Was that Tavion Heights? He was the only other guy out there. So what was the deal with that? Can you guys clarify what happened there? Anyway, Eddie Thorpe hits the Tomahawk DDT for the win, as we knew he would. He's definitely over. Everybody loves him. There's another vignette with the No Quarter Catch crew where Charlie Dempsey is losing his mind again and telling people to get people and stuff. And then Sean Spears and Javon Evans walk. And then Stevie Turner stooges off Dark Roxanne. Her plans for what she wants to do tonight to the office. And then, so yeah, she's a stooge. Don't trust her.
Sorry, Vet. They have me on hold.
Oh, well, I'm already on the Javon Evans match. So
sorry, bro. They're trying to reschedule me. I apologize.
Just so you know, we're on the Javon Evans match. Javon Evans versus Sean Spears. So this match actually is the opposite of the kind of booking that we were getting earlier in the show where nothing made sense and everything sucked. Dan Heffron says, it looked like a white dude with a beard and a mullet, but it was so quick it was hard to tell from me. Yeah, it looked like a white dude. But then in the ring, it was like Tavion was in the ring, and I was like, well, why would he grab Vic Joseph? Because he's not a white dude. And he was the only one that was close enough, though, for that to work.
Sorry.
So, okay.
So Javon Evans.
I was talking about in the match with, we'll circle back to Javon Evans, but in the match with Tavion Heights and Eddie Thorpe, right before the match started, somebody grabbed Vic Joseph off screen, and I was like, "Who's that? Who was
Post
it?"
Malone?
It was Post Malone.
No, so it was legit a random nut from the crowd.
I thought he had his shirt off. I thought it was a wrestler.
I don't think so. Apparently, I think it was somebody. Yeah, it was legit. Like, hold on, let me see something.
Is that what the thing says there?
No. See, but the thing is that when that happened, they obviously paid attention to it or whatever, but they moved on like nothing happened.
Right.
Okay, here it says here. So this has become a story. Like, this is regular news outlets are bringing this up.
Like CNN?
Well, not CNN. Metro, you can. Okay. Let me see. All right. Well, I mean, let me see what it says here. It says WWE commentator visibly scared as intruder crashes show live on air. It says here, WWE broadcaster Vic Joseph appeared visibly shaken after an apparent intruder grabbed him in his arm and live during the show. 38 comments of a chaotic scene. The cameraman was seen Booker T, what's going on here? Where the hell is security? So yeah, I actually have it here. Yeah, we could take a look at it real quick just so you can get like for those that didn't watch it, this is what happened during the show.
I want another look at this.
Yeah, maybe if I can click on the actual let me see, watch on X.
Oh, that's Brooks Jensen.
Oh, wait a second.
It says Brooks Jensen right there.
It was fucking Brooks Jensen. Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You know what? Forget all this shit. Moving on. Javon Evans versus Sean Spears.
But I do a lot of work here.
I knew it was a white dude. Come on.
I didn't notice it was Brooks Jensen. Let me see.
Going on and everything that's going on tonight. So,
What's going on?
don't pay attention.
What the hell is security? Somebody needs to secure this, man.
Was that Brooks Jensen?
Probably. Look, if this was real, Vic Joseph would not be saying things like "Don't pay attention to it." They're overplaying it. I don't know why the WWE tries to do this. I guess it's like they don't have anything left. Obviously, they don't even know how to book baby faces, so instead they're concentrated on trying to like work the smart fans. So, I guess that's just how Shawn Michaels entertains himself. Because it certainly is not going to be stuff like this, even though it should be. Javon Evans versus Sean Spears. Good match. Sean Spears, I was like, Sean Spears cannot lose this. He can't. And he didn't. He won. He won the match. And it was perfect, too, because Javon Evans basically took himself out. And then Sean Spears capitalized like a veteran would. So I like the story they told in the match. I like the story they told with the booking of the match. Clearly, whoever was in charge of this match is on a different wavelength than most of the other people that work on this fucking show. So good job to those guys. Anything to add?
I just wanted to go backwards just real quick and just mention one thing. Tavian Heights, that kid has got a bright future. I said this before when I first saw him. I think he's gonna be very good. Yeah, same thing.
Tall Masa Saito.
He's a good. I like that kid. But yeah, man, this was Javon Evans, man. What a he has all the charisma Ricochet wishes he had. Does that make any sense?
No.
Yes, and that's true. Just remember what I said. This kid, once his body fills out, very, very good. I think you're on point with that though. Sean Spears should have definitely won, which he did. And yeah, it was a fun, nice main event, man. Good, solid main event. No titles, nothing. Just two guys that were fucking pissed off at each other. And they said, all right, we'll settle it in the ring. And it was done in the ring. Sean Spears wins, as he, like you said, as he should have. So this was good, man. This was very, very good. I enjoyed that. Is that it? We can go now?
Yeah, that's it.
Sign off.
Catch Your Public and Frazium are having a conversation, and then the family comes in and they say, hey,
hey.
Okay.
How you doing?
Yeah, then Dark Roxanne is on her way to the ring.
So dark.
And then Cody's backstage and he runs into Sean Spears, and then Ethan Page comes in, and then Brian Pillman comes in, and Cody says, it seems like you're all in a good place. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because they all came from AEW, all four of them. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Back to Dark Roxanne.
She's so dark.
She's in the ring. It's a dark ring. Did you notice that?
It's pretty dark.
It's dark. It's a spotlight. It's dark.
Spotlight is dark.
She calls out Ava. And then we get JC and Jasmine. And then we get Lash and Chikara. And then Lola. So it turns into a Hit Everybody's Music segment. And then Lola coming out there is like the last stand, because they are so sick of this woman. This is probably a shoot. They're like, I am so sick of seeing this woman shaking her fucking ass. Hit her. And then like the whole thing, it turns into a brawl. But actually it's Lola and Dark Roxanne who are standing together at the end, where everybody else is like a pair.
Right.
So I see like what?
Like the fruit?
Yes. But also the other kind, like two.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So I foresee this being some kind of a weird triple threat tag team match that they're trying to set up.
No,
But
no. Oh,
What then?
yes.
Dark triple threat. Is that
I
what
think
you
Lola
meant?
Vice. I think Lola's going to be the next title champion.
Title champion? Yeah.
I'm champion. You know what I mean. So this is it, right? They go off the end of this, don't they?
That was the end. The end is Dark Roxanne and Lola Vice standing there, and Frank's Pickleberry House was like throwing up
Why?
because he just loves them both so much that his stomach and heart can't take it. He throws up on the floor, and then his 3 daughters are like, "Daddy, what's wrong?"
Well, vet. Here's the deal. This was so we interviewed. I mean, we reviewed a solid pay-per-view. Solid show, solid NXT. Can they keep it up next week, vet?
Well, if we have Dark Roxanne and Lola Vice,
And don't forget Dark Windy.
Dark Windy.
And ooh, I wonder if this guy's gimmick is going to be the grabber. He just goes and grabs people.
That's it. And he just lets them go.
He grabs people. He grabs the things like kind of like a modern day version of the Repo Man. Give him that gimmick. Can you not see him in the Repo Man outfit? Repo Man. Same music. Repo Jensen.
Why not? Like, what? How could it be worse than anything else he's ever done?
Yeah. The new Repo Man, Brooks Jensen. Coming to the ring, the Repo Man, Brooks Jensen.
You own all that. You own the name. You own the music.
Give him the fucking mask. You know, the hook, the car hook gimmick. Hell yeah. Just repossessing everybody's laptops. Ava's trying to write up this email people, and when she turns around, he repoed it. Oh God, that's money. Hobo Jensen. Hey, Jimmy T was interviewing this young wrestler on I think the Smack Attack or whatever the hell it was.
Was he another hobo?
Well, his friend Jimmy, if you're still alive, who's your friend wrestling? He's wrestling a hobo in a dumpster match. Yeah, it's so apparently this, and I popped, and I'll tell you why. So Jimmy, give me the name. So it's a wrestler Jimmy was interviewing on this past week's show, and he says that twice during his matches, this homeless person came out to the ring to ask for money, which the interference led to him losing his title, which I think is fucking hilarious. I really like that shit. And the fact that they're having a dumpster match, yes, it was Kairi Jai. But what was the hobo's name? Was it Hobo Harry or some crazy shit? His gimmick is a homeless dude. And then check this out. So they're gonna have a fight, right? And then Jimmy says, "Yeah, you should bring some shampoo and everything." And I was like, "Oh my God." The guy should be scared. Like, he pulls out a bar of soap and the fucking hobo gets all fucking scared and starts running. You can do so much with this stupid match. I think it's gonna go over, man. Hobo Joe, that's it. Vet, didn't you wrestle a Hobo Joe in OVW?
I sure didn't.
Oh. Anyway, man, check out the I think it was a Smack Attack with Jimmy T. I think it was Smack Attack. I can't remember, but Jimmy T put it out there on the chat what show you did. I know what's his name? Dickhead attorney was in the show with you. No, anyway, Vet, what do you got going on? I gotta do laundry.
Oh yeah, well, I already did my laundry, so it'll just be responding to you guys on social media, perhaps at Opinion Haver everywhere. If you want to check out the Impact Attack for other NXT news, then that's on every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern live. If you want to join Brandon and myself for that. If you want to talk about the worst parts of AEW, then you can join Jimmy T and myself every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for The Wreckage. And this past week we had on The Professor. So we yucked it up and had a good time there. A lot of spirited debate. And then we also had let's see, what else do we got going on? Anything special? No. We got Stevie Richards. He's doing all his Stevie Richards things, and he's reviewing the Chuck Norris Total Gym Anniversary Edition thing, and he tells you what's the best way to buy one. So check out Stevie Richards and all of his channels, and then of course check out Wrestling with Rip Rogers every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern live, where you can ask Rip a question. Frank Picklebarrel always asks Rip a question or several questions, and they're all inappropriate. So you can join Frank, or you could ask an appropriate question, and either way, you have the same chance of getting an answer. So, show Rip and Von Lila some love, and that's it for me, Ray.
All right, cool, man. So later tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just this week, the Pro Wrestling Reflection. They're doing one of their popular bits, the most popular bit, probably the What If. And here it is. It's what if Hollywood Hogan started after WrestleMania 6. So basically, they're going to discuss, and they would book what would have happened after WrestleMania 6 if Hulk Hogan actually turned heel after WrestleMania 6, after his battle with the Ultimate Warrior, and instead of leaving WWF, he did the whole Hollywood Hogan gimmick in the WWF instead of WCW. So
that's it. Had to have been Iraqi Hogan.
Probably could have been Iraqi Hogan. Not really sure. But speaking of people that are fucked, I don't know how that transitions, but Alex Jones is done. Again? Alex Jones having to sell InfoWars. He's going to pay back $1.5 billion to the family of Sandy Hook. We're going to discuss that as well as a whole bunch of other shit. Joe Biden's son going to jail and some other stuff. I don't know, health stuff. April will shake her boobies. It's going to be fantastic as usual. A lot of fun. So
get pulled down.
No kidding, brother. But that's it. I tried to find Hobo Joe. I found a couple of pictures of him, and he's too dirty. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. Don't forget, was it Wrestling with Rip Rogers? Bet.
That's right. Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, live, concrete.
And don't forget Stevie Richards. You can check out his Stevie Richards Wrestling Analysis page. He's got over 100,000 subscribers. What's he got going on?
He's probably got 100 seconds of video by now after they've struck down everything that he worked so hard to build. But he's still got his Patreon, so go check that out. Check out his Patreon. He's Stevie Richards is in a retooling phase. He's trying to figure out what's he gonna do. Like, what is the next step for Stevie Richards as a brand? And you can support him while he figures that out, or you can wait till he figures out to support him. But I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone when I say we love Stevie. So
who doesn't?
Yeah, we'll be there for him, whatever he does.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I got to go do laundry. And that's about it. That's all I got. It's my anniversary, so you can go to social media, wish me and my wife a happy anniversary, and send me money. That would be nice. I didn't get your money. Dark money. Dark laundry. I didn't get your money. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Goodbye.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
It's true. All right, we're out of here, guys. Peace out. See you next week.
Yeet. This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get them and go fuck yourself.
I agree with Rip. They should go after themselves.